You're listening to an exclusive interview here on Sports Radio Beaumont, 1450-1510 KIKR. Okay, folks, joining us on the show this week, he is a WWE Superstar, one half of the Primetime Players. You can see him live at Ford Arena coming up Saturday, September 19th. The one and only Titus O'Neil. Titus, welcome to the show.
How are you, man? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, we appreciate you coming on. We're getting ready to see you live in action along with John Cena, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, and Silsby's own Mark Henry. Tickets are still available. You can go to Ticketmaster.com or the Ford Park box office to get tickets. So getting ready for you to come on down. But the first question I got to ask you, earlier this year you were nominated and then awarded the Celebrity Dad of the Year. How did you feel when you heard that you were being nominated, and what was your reaction to hearing that you had won?
Well, getting nominated alone was just a treat, but to actually win it was truly an honor, considering the people that I was in competition with. But it was a great opportunity for not only myself, but for the other contestants, Ashton Kutcher, Vin Diesel, Stephen Amell, KIKR, all these guys that were nominated, for them to help bring a spotlight onto what I feel is the most important aspect of family when it comes to building communities, and that's fatherhood. I think fathers and strong role models are definitely, a strong male leadership is definitely important for all communities to grow, and the first community is a family. So it's definitely an honor, but as I've said time and time again, I share this honor with every father out there that looks at fatherhood as not only a huge responsibility, but a great honor as well.
Being a WWE Superstar, you tend to be on the road for the better part of the year, if not the entire year. How do you handle being a WWE Superstar and being a father at the same time? Because I know that can be tough.
Well, it's just about priorities. For me, my faith, my family, and everything else comes, in that order. And anytime that I speak to my kids every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. I FaceTime with them when I'm on the road. We have a very close relationship. When I'm home, I'm home. I don't go out and, drink or smoke or anything like that. So my kids are very very well understanding of Daddy's going to work, but when he's still a phone call away. And I think it's no secret to anybody that if it were something that was to hinder me from being a parent and a responsible father, then I would just switch careers because at the end of the day, I don't think that anything should keep you from being a parent. And this career has not kept me from being a parent, and I don't think any other career would either.
And it doesn't hurt that they get to see their father be on national TV as well.
Yeah, that's a cool thing too. It's not like they don't see where I'm at.
Yeah. What drove you to be a WWE Superstar? Because I know that you had a fairly successful football career that could have gone further, but what drove you to want to be a WWE Superstar?
Really, it wasn't anything that drove me to want to do it. It's just I really literally had an accidental meeting with Dusty Rhodes and Steve Keirn, just because I was inquiring about it, because Dave Bautista, who's a really close friend of mine, he'd been trying to tell me I should give it a try, and I was dead set on just going and coaching college football, and I was driving one day in South Tampa, and right across the street was FCW, and I walked in and ended up having a conversation with Dusty and Steve later on that evening, and 2 weeks later I was signed and learning to become a WWE Superstar.
Wow, very, very crazy. And, we've watched you develop your skills by leaps and bounds over the past year or so. And here on the show, we've actually credited you many times as to how much we think that you've improved both on the mic, in the ring. Is there anyone backstage that's sort of like your mentor who's helping you out honing these skills, or is it just sort of you're learning as you go?
Yeah, Sid Finley has been a huge, adversary to me. So is Arn Anderson. Mike Rotunda, and then Vince and Triple H have been, very key in helping me out too. But really, it comes down to the talent, and even though we're rivals, every member of the New Day, Los Matadors, every other tag team, the Usos, everybody that I've had an opportunity to mention, everybody's given me an opportunity to learn. And, I feel like I definitely wouldn't be at the point that I'm at right now without those guys, along with Darren, my tag team partner, helping me, each step of the way. But you got to want help, and you got to be able to accept it, the good and the bad criticisms that come along with that help. And, I've been coached my entire life to win, and been on some pretty successful football programs. So for me, the hard work was always there. It's just learning what works for me, and I'm just feeling more and more comfortable with just being myself, more so than anything, and learning what works for me and what doesn't. And the things that I can't do, I won't try to do. You're not going to see me jumping off the top rope anytime soon, doing backflips or nothing like that. I'll leave that for Seth Rollins and Kalisto and the man that defied gravity, Neville.
We've sort of seen a resurgence in the tag team division with you reforming with Darren Young, reforming the Primetime Players, the New Days making waves. We got to see the return of the Dudley Boys, and even NXT. They've got Enzo and Big Cass that are making waves down there. What are your thoughts on the tag team division as a whole in WWE?
I think the tag team division is the most exciting that it's been in a long time. The Usos, I feel, kind of kick-started that when they were feuding with the Wyatts and the Shield. And right now we have tag teams that are trying to get to that level that can bring the importance of tag team wrestling not only for the product but also for us as performers. We all have an opportunity to grow through the tag team division. So it's a very, very exciting time, especially with the Dudley Boys coming back, one of the most storied and historic and successful teams in WWE history, if not the most successful team in WWE history as far as championships are concerned. So it's a great opportunity for us to go out there and learn from them. But at the same token, they're going for the same thing that we're going for, which is WWE Tag Team Gold.
Absolutely. And speaking of the Tag Team Gold, you and Darren won the tag team titles back in Money in the Bank for the very first time. The fans were elated. They had finally gotten to see you guys get the crown jewel in the tag team division. What were the emotions going through you and Darren when y'all finally got to hold the belts for the first time?
It was just it was 5 years of frustration, that really just came out in the emotions of joy. This business is very demanding on our bodies, physically and emotionally, and we have worked extremely hard to try to make our place and get our place. Not only in tag team division, but just within the WWE in general. And so being great representatives of the company in and outside of the ring, winning those tag team titles that night just kind of culminated what we had worked for and what we earned. We earned that right to be the WWE Tag Team Champions, and we're still continuing to earn that right. And we're gonna on Monday Night Raw this week, we got an opportunity to go live on Monday Night Raw, the season premiere for the WWE Tag Team titles again. So hopefully we'll roll into Beaumont as the new tag team champions for the second time.
Absolutely. Very cool stuff. And I know that you and Darren split up for a short period of time in order to pursue singles careers, but you ended up finding yourself back in the tag team division, teaming up with Heath Slater for a short-lived but very entertaining time for the team of Slater Gator. What was it like working with Heath as compared to Darren?
It's the same for me. They're both very, very good and in-ring competitors, very charismatic and funny, and we bounce things off each other. And the one thing that I like about both of them is that what they're good at, and what they're not good at, they're not afraid to say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that. And I'm the same way. And so we just try to complement each other with what we're good at, and we just have a natural chemistry. I think that anytime you have any performers that have some talent, especially when it comes to just having good character and attitude, things come off so much better on television. And so, whether it be with Heath Slater or Darren Young, I've been very fortunate to have two guys that are very great in-ring competitors, but also very entertaining when need be.
You spoke on character, and speaking of character, you yourself hold yourself very high. You're an outstanding citizen. You made headlines back in August when you treated a group of people in need to a dinner at a restaurant that had previously tried to decline. Who do you credit for your desire to give back? Is it more of just an internal, I need to do what is right, or is it sort of your upbringing, or is it, religion? What drives you to give back?
People invested in me when they didn't have to. When at a very young age, I grew up, in a single-parent home. Had an opportunity to go to a place called the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch, which many people donated their time, their tithes, and their talents and resources to help kids like me that were, on the wrong path, to have a better chance of succeeding in life. And I feel like every day that I wake up, I have an opportunity to pay those people back. And I think it's just inherently in me to really want to try to not only destroy stereotypes of the male athlete or the athlete in general, but also the African-American male. And so I wake up every morning with that mindset that, I'm not a stereotype. I'm a bridge builder and a barrier breaker. And I try to do that same thing with my kids. Teach that same thing to my kids. It doesn't matter what color my skin is. It really does come down to the content of character. And character is what you do for people when they can do nothing for you in return. And so people did things for me when I couldn't do anything for them in return. So I get a great joy out of giving back to people and seeing people enjoy life, because that's what we're all here for. We're all here for a purpose, and I feel like that purpose is to make everybody around you better. And I'm just doing my piece and to ensure that I can do that as much as I can.
Absolutely. It's, you hear too many bad stories out there in the world, and, it's nice to see and hear about someone doing good. So, very admirable on your part. We spoke on your children, and, we're getting ready for the big WWE 2K16 video game to be coming out. Do you play the video games, or do your children play? And are you excited about being in the game?
Yeah, I actually I played it at the 2K16 launch party during SummerSlam week, and it is amazing. It is really graphically. I can't. Some cases you can't tell if you're like watching it on real television, like a real live match, or you're just playing a video game. So yeah, I'll definitely try to whoop up on some people with the game within the game. But yeah, I play video games with my kids every once in a while. They're big Madden fans, and now we're starting a Madden tournament within the locker room, WWE locker room, so I can kind of whoop up on my kids to brush up on my skills when I'm getting ready for this tournament. But yeah, WWE 2K16 is definitely a game that, I think I would encourage anybody to go buy it as a huge WWE fan, because realistically speaking, I didn't think it could get better than 2K15, but it did.
We always like to ask this question on the show just because it's a potpourri type of answer. You never know what you're going to get. Do you have any fun on the road stories that you could share with us?
Every week's a fun week on the road. I don't know which one it would be. Let's see, maybe one with the great Khali. We had Khali duties, what they call it, when guys have to drive, or commit to driving Khali from one town to the other town because he doesn't drive, or he couldn't drive at the time, and he waited literally until we got on the road, good and on the road, and we had a 5-hour drive ahead of us, and he was like, "Brother, I'm hungry," and we had just stopped for gas the town, not too long before, and there was, McDonald's, Burger King, all kind of stuff over there, quick stuff, Subway, and I say, "Well, why didn't you get something to eat when we stopped?" And he said, "I don't need that, brother. I don't want to sit down." I was like, "You want to sit down and eat?" Like, he likes to go to like Denny's or some, restaurants where you can sit down. And I said, "You want to sit down on a 5-hour drive?" And he's like, "Yeah, brother, I'm hungry." I said, "Well, your ass gonna be hungry this week, because we're not stopping again until we have to get gas." And Darren looked at me because he thought it was gonna be a fight in the car. But I was like, "No, it ain't gonna be a fight." He should have did it. It's like driving around a kid sometimes. But he's a great dude, and that was the first time I guess Darren saw me put my foot down
A very awkward 5-hour drive after that, I bet. Final question for you. I would probably be chastised if I didn't ask it. I've got to ask, where did the bark come from, and where did the millions of dollars dance come from?
Well, the bark comes from my fraternity. I'm a proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, same fraternity that Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, and many others, Ray Lewis, many other sports and entertainment people are in. And the millions of dollars dance literally just comes from being in a huddle. You know, you'll see it every Saturday or Sunday. If you just look at a football huddle or basketball huddle, people just link up and they move from side to side. So that's literally where it all comes from. So very real places, you know, very real situations. It's not something that we just sat there and it's like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. We accidentally started doing the millions of dollars dance, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, this is what we used to do in the huddle. So to see the audience, you know, the WWE Universe linking up every time we come out and they start doing the dance, it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time. For all information on Titus O'Neil, you can follow him on Twitter at Titus O'Neil WWE. And don't forget, you can see him at WWE Live Saturday, September 19th at Ford Arena alongside John Cena, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, and Silsby's own Mark Henry, and many more. Tickets are still available going to the Ford Park box office or Ticketmaster.com. Titus, we certainly appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me on, and I will see you on the 19th.
I'll look forward to it.
Yes, sir.